Okay, so get this. Bread wrapped in paper in a brown paper bag with pasta, corn, and potatoes as a gift to a patient with an IV drip with a pet cow eating feeds.
Did someone say bread? I love bread.
Hold up. That just seems like a bunch of random stuff you mentioned there.
Yes, yes, they are.
But get this, although it may seem that way, there's one thing they all have in common.
Well, they are made up of starch.
For starchers known for its fine white, odorless, powdery look, starch is a carbohydrate and it is used to store sugar.
Starch is a polysaccharide of glucose made of two types of alpha D glucan chains, amylose and amylopectin, having an amorphous and crystalline structure, respectively.
Starch also has different names. One is that it is called amylum, the other is
Azane 2R3S4S 5R6R minus 2 hydroxymethyl minus 6 2R3S4R 5R6S minus 4 5 6 TRIHYDROXY2 hydroxymethyl OXAN 3YL OXYOXANE3 4 5 triol.
wheat is its IUPAC name that indicates the structure of the starch.
Wow, that's really long. No wonder people don't say it.
Banger! Of course, the two mentioned names aren't commonly used, so will bread stick with starch? Get it? No? Okay, but we'll get back to that later on. The molecular formula of starch is C12H25NO11. Going back to the amylose and amylopectin, it is made of linear and branch arenes, polyhydroxyaldehydes, and ketones.
Because of its structure, it is polar since OH bonds are present, and in its solution form, starch has a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius and a melting point of 0 degrees Celsius.
Also, hey, have you tried mixing water with starch? It doesn't really mix well in standard temperatures, but it does in higher temperatures. It forms a gooey gelatin like paste.
And that's the fun.
And as Summer mentioned a while ago, the corn, potatoes, pasta, bread, wheat grains are sources of consumable starch. Also, did you know that 80% of starch production comes from corn?
Pasta, yes. Since we'd already mentioned pasta, there are different uses of starch. It is a known important food product and a biomaterial used for different purposes. Starch is used as a thickener and binder. In households, it is used to make bread. Others use it to thicken sauce or broth. In industries, it is used to bind papers and capsule gels, and as we know, to extend the shelf life of other food products.
It is also used as glucose in IV drips. So if you're wondering what's inside in those, okay, moving on. There are many researches to improve the structure of starch to put into different uses.
Overall, starch is really important in day to day life. From the books that we read to the food that we eat and the dextroses that we bread.
Wrapping up, and that's for starch, folks.